What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box, and this is Battlefield 3 Conquest Domination on Scrapmetal with the MTAR21. And I'm going to go ahead and make a wrap-up review here for Battlefield 3 Close Quarters in terms of my thoughts, and largely aimed at the people out there who are going to be going DLC pack by DLC pack rather than the Battlefield Premium route, because obviously if you have Battlefield Premium, you've had some times on these maps to make your own judgment. Now let me start off by saying that I don't necessarily enjoy these smaller maps, largely because they're smaller maps. It's not what I play Battlefield for. If you like playing Battlefield on the smaller maps, you're going to enjoy these maps. If you don't, you're not suddenly going to become a fan of these small maps. You know, it is what it is. It says right there on the title, Close Quarters. You get what you expect. So I'm not going to dwell too terribly much on the map size issue. On to the weapons, because I do feel like that is the portion I was most interested in, personally. Pretty much every weapon that they have added in is a new option. You know, there's not really any weapons that feel like they're just simply a clone of what we already have. You know, even the weapons in the assault class, which play pretty similar to weapons we already have from the stock game as well as back to Karkin, they still feel different. You know, they're all viable options, they're all good options. You know, that's pretty much that. You know, even the one weapon I wasn't looking forward to, which was the LSAT light machine gun, is actually a completely new option. It handles unlike any other weapon in the game. That I was, you know, really, I absolutely love that gun. It's become my favorite belt-fed LMG, even though I was expected to not use it at all. But, you know, so I do think there's a big win on that portion. Onto the maps, though, and everything, and how they play. If you guys like Medal of Honor 2010, you are going to like Battlefield 3 Close Quarters. To the point I'd say, just don't even worry about it. Just go ahead and buy it, throw your money at the screen, and watch it happen. You know, obviously, Medal of Honor 2010, the multiplayer portion was done by DICE. Obviously, Battlefield 3 is done by DICE. So they're very similar. In fact, Conquest Domination plays like nearly a carbon copy of Sector Control in Medal of Honor. You know, personally, I do think that had some issues, largely because the flags capture quickly. And in fact, I still think they've captured too quickly to the point where it just kind of ends up being a circular fight rather than an actual fight where you actually have to clear and secure a flag. It's basically, I am here, you guys can't get here before I capture the flag, so it's my flag. You know, which was a big problem I had with Sector Control in Medal of Honor. Obviously, the spawns were a huge issue in Medal of Honor. Instead of being super easy to spawn trap like they were in Medal of Honor, here in Battlefield 3 Close Quarters, they're all over the place, to be perfectly honest. You know, it's just way too random, especially when you add in squad spawning and everything. It's crazy, it's hectic, it's intense. You know, if this is what you want, you're definitely going to get it. If you like Metro, you're going to love these maps, to be perfectly honest. Now, I do think there is one issue in the sense that Battlefield 3 is a class-based shooter, obviously. However, these maps completely make classes irrelevant. All the classes do essentially now is determine what type of gun you're going to be using, which kind of defeats the entire purpose of having those limitations in the game. You know, obviously when you're playing as a recon, using a sniper rifle is pretty much not going to work too terribly well at all on these maps. You know, if you're playing support, you're pretty much going to die before you run out of ammo. You know, if you're playing engineer, there's nothing to engineer. You just have an RPG that is pretty much useless in these tight little corridors, really. If you have assault, you're basically not going to have time to recharge your health. I mean, as well as the other option, take a 320. Again, it's not too terribly effective on these maps, shockingly enough. So it's pretty much just which gun do you want to take, because that's basically what you get. So I don't necessarily enjoy that fact, but you know, there's really not too terribly much that they could do to keep the class base on these smaller maps, because really it just won't work well at all in terms of pretty much anything. So honestly, I do think it is worth it at $15. You know, there's plenty of content. It's just a question of whether or not you will enjoy the maps. So let me know what you guys think. Alright, bye.